What is going on, guys? Healy here, and I'm gonna rank all 30 of the Team Affinity players. I'll go over every single one of them, give you my thoughts on them, and it'll be from worst to best. These were pretty tough to rank in some parts. There are so many good cards in the Team Affinities, so don't get mad if one of your favorite cards is lower on the list. I have to put them somewhere. All of them can't be top 10, top 5. Most of these are really good. There's only a couple I feel aren't so great, but all these guys can fit on your team, especially the no money spent guys. Before I get into the rankings, let me know your rankings down below in the comments section, or if you had a different opinion on where I place someone, because I have not been able to use all these guys. Some of them are just based off attributes. Others are based off performance. And leave a like on the video if you guys do enjoy it. It's the best way to show support. And make sure you hit that subscription button if you want to see more content, and hit the bell notifications to get notified every single time I upload a video. Let's get started. Number 30 is Joey Votto. He has good defense at 82. His hitting's okay. His 82 vision, 94 contact versus righties. I just don't really see a need for this one when there's so many better first basemen in this, and he's slow. The fielding's there, but hitting wise against lefties and righties, doesn't have great power. There's just so many other better first basemen. Number 29 is Yadier Molina. So if this card did have super sick defense, I would say yes, go ahead, get this card. 77, so he's gonna have silver fielding, does have a decent arm at 83, 85 blocking, super slow, only 5 speed. His contact's okay at 78 and 87, 99 vision, so PCI shouldn't be too terrible. Power is not there, and you could get Buster Posey out of this. Also, for live series cards, you could get Gary Sanchez, and you could get the 87 Gary Sanchez from the level 40 pack, which I would recommend doing so. So this is basically just not a big need, especially Yadier Molina doesn't provide the contact, and he's super slow. At number 28, going with Lorenzo Cain. Again, another contact guy, not a lot of power, so his PCI should be pretty decent. He has good fielding at 89 and 93. The problem is speed. 66 speed, might not be able to get to every ball in the outfield. So even if with good fielding, he might be a liability out there. And if you play him in left or right with that lower speed, he only has a 54 arm. The 54 arm is brutal. I definitely not play him in right field or center field. Pretty much limited to left field. With the amount of outfielders in this game, it's a big reason why he's lower on the list. At number 27, we're going with Vlad Jr. This card and its stats, just a little bit of a disappointment. Doesn't really have the power. 78 and 76, 82 vision. Does have decent contact versus righties. His fielding, not great at third. You can play him at first if you want. 37 speed. You can play him at first base. For that fielding, he would have common then. He has a good arm, but not necessarily a huge deal at third base or at first base even. And this card's just very underwhelming. Maybe I could have placed this 1 or 2 points lower, but this card, not so great. Number 26 is Buster Posey. So another slow catcher, only 11 speed. He does have great fielding at 88, 95 blocking, 80 arm. His contact's there. Lower power than Yadi, I believe. So his hitting stats a little worse than Yadi, but he does have that good fielding, and his speed's just a little higher. Another catcher that just isn't great out of this face of the franchise set. He's usable. If you need a catcher, go get him. Just compared to all the other cards in this, not really one of the guys you should be going after immediately. And if you get to silver 1, you could get the 99 Posey anyways. And number 25, it's gonna be Ozzy Albies. 5'8", so his strike zone's a little weird from my experience. Big issue with this card 71 contact versus righties, and 62 power. 87 vision, which is good, but you're gonna face right-handed hitter or pitchers a lot, and he has weak stats against them. The contact and power versus lefties is great, but you're gonna have to bank on facing a lefty with him. As a switch hitter, it's not necessarily great how he can hit one side amazing, the other side's kind of underwhelming. Fielding's good though, 87 fielding, arms weak, but second base. Reaction's pretty decent, 73 speed. Performance-wise, I just never do great with Ozzie Albies cards. I don't feel like he performs great in general. And his only strength really is that good stats against lefties. Fielding's great, but it's second base. At 24, we're going with Aaron Nola. Big reason why I don't like this card and why he's so low is pitching repertoire. Knuckle curve, changeup, and sinker. And his per nines are okay at 85 and 88, 94 stamina. But yeah, pitch selection, not so great. It would be nice if he had a slider. Maybe you'd bump him up. And he doesn't even throw super hard, only 94 on the fastball. Number 23, Michael Conforto. This card, kind of glitchy with the stance. As an outfielder though, right field, left, and center. His fielding, not so great. It's nice, but not so great. He only has 56 speed. So that will hurt him in the outfield to get to some baseballs. His arm strength only a 74. Hits righties very well, lefties not so well. His vision 65, so it's okay. But there are more well-rounded guys in the team Affinity. At number 22, we're going with Trey Mancini. He's listed as an outfielder. He should probably be played at first base though. 74 fielding, 74 reaction, 43 speed. His hitting stats are pretty good. Everything's above 80s for contact and power, 72 vision. His stance is normally glitchy. It was last year. And that's one of the reasons why he's so high up on this list for being an 85 overall. I've not had the chance to use him this year, but from what I've seen with people in BRs and stuff with the silver card, it should translate to the diamond. And number 21, we're going with Rothfeld Evers. 50 speed, he's a third baseman. Not necessarily too much of a problem there. His fielding 77, 70 reaction, so it's pretty decent. His contact, pretty good, 95 and 82. Vision is pretty solid. Hits righties very well. This is a pretty underrated card in this set. And if you need a lefty bat, go out and get him. At number 20, we're going with Matt Boyd. He has a four-seam slider, circle change, curve, and sinker. Everything I think that is good for a pitcher. He has that sinker as well, which really pushes him up on the list. Per nines are okay at 85, 73. Hits per nine, 90 Ks per nine, 77 walks per nine. He is a lefty, so if you need a lefty in your rotation, go out and get him. But he's not as spectacular as some of the other pitchers in this Affinity set. And number 19, we're going with Whit Merrifield. This guy, pretty well-rounded. So he's a second baseman. But he can play first, third, or any position in the outfield. The versatility of this card really makes him valuable and is a reason why he's inside the top 20 for me. He has good contact, good vision. His power, it's okay. It's nice against lefties. His fielding, gold at second base. Everywhere else, it's going to be silver. And his speed is really good. Lacks power, though, which hurts him. But like I said, if you need a guy that can play pretty much anywhere and fit your team, he's also a great leadoff guy. Go get yourself a Whit Merrifield. At 18, we're going Charlie Blackmon. This card was glitchy in previous years, and he is pretty glitchy this year. I've not used the diamond. His gold, unbelievable. Super high contact. His power is there, almost above 80 versus lefties. Vision is great. Only problem is his fielding and speed at 61 and 48. I know I docked someone for that before, Michael Conforto, but hitting wise with Charlie Blackmon, he is just so glitchy. At 17, we're going with Anthony Rizzo, the Cubby. So he has great hitting stats against righties, with 90 contact, 82 power. Vision's good at 91. Lefty stats a little weak, and one of the weak spots for him, 71 and 75 for contact and power. Fielding's an 84, which is good. You'll have gold defense with him. Speed really hurts him at 21, so you might have to platoon Rizzo or have a pinch runner late in the games for him. Another guy with versatility, Brian Anderson, 86 overall, third baseman. He has first, second, left, or right field. You want to play him in the outfield, you should still have gold defense, and he has a cannon at 94 arm, 53 speed. It's a little slow. This card last year, his finest card, hit pretty well. He has nice contact versus lefties and power versus righties. His stats hitting wise are just okay. This guy, super good defensively for multiple positions, gives you that arm, and his hitting stats pretty well rounded. We're technically past the halfway point because number 15 is number 15, Kyle Seager. This card is just glitchy. Kyle Seager cards in general, I don't know what it is with the swing, but when he makes contact with the ball, it launches. Reverse righties, not so hot, but you are having a lefty bat versus a righty pitcher. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Versus lefties, he has the contact and power, 82 vision as well. Fielding, gold. Arm is just okay. Third base, not necessarily needed too much, but it's kind of a weak point for him. Reaction's good at 85 and 40 speed. Glitchy lefty bat. Add him to your team if you need a third baseman. Speaking of third baseman, we got Justin Turner. Super high contact, great power. Versus righties, only a 70, but it's still high enough. 93 vision, so this guy should not have a problem hitting against anyone. 65 fielding, holds him back a little bit. Same with his arm and reaction. 34 speed. You can put him at anywhere in the infield though. Number 13, David Peralta. Great fielding at 86. 47 speed, which holds him back a little bit. You can play him in left field. Rakes against righties. A little worse against lefties. With 74 and 71. Another glitchy card. I don't know what happens in the game, but when you make contact with him, it launches. So I talked about Rizzo having somewhat bad splits, especially against lefties. What helps out Peralta, he's an outfielder, so you can play him in different spots. He's not limited to only first base, and his fielding is great. And number 12, we are going with Byron Buxton. This guy is a monster. 99 speed, 94 fielding, 97 arm, 95 reaction. This guy will get to everything you need in the outfield. His hitting stats, not great, but for whatever reason, he slaps. I've seen a lot of people praise this card, especially on All-Star. Hall of Fame and Legend, you might have a problem with the vision and contact, but for All-Star, this card is great. Just missing out on the top 10 at number 11, Josh Bell. First base, right field. Fielding, not so great. Does have bronze at first base with 61. His speed's 43. Switch hitter, power beast. 94 versus righties, 85 versus lefties, 77 vision. Contact's good at 85 versus lefties, 61, but you are batting righty versus lefty. I've not had too much success with Josh Bell cards in the past. I have heard people have done well with him, but for switch hitting power beast, this guy is great. At number 10, Yoan Moncada. He has third base, and his secondaries are first and second. Very good stats against righties with 95 and 85 for contact and power. Lefties, okay at 86 contact. Vision's a little low at 57. Decent fielding, so he'll have silver wherever at 75. 86 arm, which is pretty decent. Not necessarily needed too much in the infield unless you're a shortstop. 66 speed. This card last year kicked my butt every time he faced me, and having a diamond right out the gate for Moncada, especially one that you can play at second base. At number 9, Mr. Juan Soto. So to start off, his fielding is silver in left field at 70. 71 arm, not terrible for a left fielder. 63 speed. This card rakes. 70 vision, his weak side, but 90 contact versus righties, 100 power. Versus lefties, not bad as well, with 88 contact and 77 power. I used his gold card, and he rakes. Now with boosted stats, this card is going to be even better. At number 8, Fernando Tatis Jr. Shortstop with second and third, 89 speed, 83 fielding. If you play him at second or third, he will have silver, but at shortstop, it is gold with 95 arm. He's a defensive beast at shortstop. His hitting stats are great at 87 and 90 contact, powers 85 and 79. Only downside is his vision, which could really hurt you at Hall of Fame and Legend. But I have heard people say that they do use him there. So, and the Tatis cards in general normally hit very well. So this card, super well-rounded. At number 7 is Carlos Santana. I used his diamond last year, and he was amazing. And to have a diamond to start off this year, even better. You already have a first baseman. Guess what? You could throw him in at catcher, even third base. Doesn't have the strongest arm, so a catcher could hurt you with that arm rating, but it might be worth it early on in the game. 28 speed, a little slow, but we have seen very slow catchers already in this with Posey and Molina. His hitting stats, weak against left or righties. His hitting stats, weak against righties with 70 contact. Does have 83 power though, same against lefties. His contact versus lefties is 96. Vision is great at 86. I am going to get this card and I will try him out. But switch hitter, another one that could play multiple positions. Why not? And number 6 is Matt Olson. Loving the gold card. You guys have seen him in my ranked seasons videos. Have not had the chance to get the diamond one yet. Have used him in BR, small sample size. Rakes against righties, contact versus lefties, not so good, but he does have 90 power, which really helps. 95 fielding, so he has diamond fielding at first base with 36 speed. This guy gives you the power and he gives you the fielding, and it's a reason why he is so rated so high for me. At number 5, Gleyber Torres. He's a shortstop, but you can play him at second or third. If you play him at those positions, he will have bronze fielding. Shortstop, he has silver with 81 arm. He's a little slow at 45 speed, so might not get to every ball in the infield for you. Same with his reaction. The big reason why this card is so good, look at that power. 93 power versus righties, 96 versus lefties, with contact almost 85 for both, and then his vision's good at 70. This card smacks. It rakes. And with that huge power that he has, makes this card a glitch. And number 4, we're going with number 4, Blake Snell. 4-seam curve, changeup and slider, good per nines with 88 hits per nine, 100 Ks. Walking control a little low, good stamina. Big reason for this card, he throws hard at 96. His good speed differential with the pitches, and this guy's release, it's very weird and super hard to pick up. He releases it like pretty much over the head, and it fools a lot of people. At number 3, we're going with the one, the only, Carlos Correa. Shortstop, you can play second or third. He has gold defense at shortstop, silver at third or second, 97 arm strength, which is huge for a shortstop. You're gonna be throwing out guys that are running down the line very fast. Relays are going to be great. 63 speed, which is pretty good. Hitting stats is massive power versus righties. Versus lefties, not as much, but he makes up for it with the contact, and he has almost nice vision. Number 2 for my rankings is Shohei Otani. Per nines, pretty decent. 84 hits per nine, 94 Ks. He hits 100 miles per hour with that fastball. 98 for the 4-seam, but could get higher, especially early on in the game. And look at those speed differentials. 16 miles per hour for the slider, 10 miles per hour for the splitter. His curveball, almost, it is 24 miles per hour different. And with his release, he pauses right before he throws. So the fastball just, it comes at you so quickly. If you aren't paying attention, 100%, it will get by you. And a huge reason why this card's rated so high, his hitting stats. 86 contact versus righties, 74 versus lefties, 87 power versus righties, and 56 versus lefties with 50 vision. This card hits. You can put him in your lineup, and when you know you're going to use him, you can put him up higher in the lineup. You can bat him third or fourth, and he'll make an impact for you. Such a good card. And that leaves us at number 1, Joey Gallo. This card is just a glitch. His gold card's glitch. His diamond, even better. You might think, why? With that low contact and low vision. Whenever you put the PCI on the ball, it leaves at 250 miles per hour. His 112 versus righties and 114 versus lefties for power. His fielding is amazing at 86 with 99 arm strength, 85 reaction, 64 speed. Speed, a little slow for outfielders, but he'll be able to get to stuff for you. You can play him at first, third, left, center, or right. Probably would recommend him in the outfield, especially with that 99 arm. That's gonna do it for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure you click that like button. It's the best way to show support. Let me know in the comments section down below if I had a guy too high or too low in your opinion. Love to have a discussion about it. And hit that subscription button if you did enjoy the video, and hit the bell notifications to get notified every single time I upload. There's gonna be 2 videos on the screen right now. One of them is gonna be a random video. Another is gonna be my most recent video. If you have not checked them out already, I recommend doing so. This is Healy, and I'm out. Peace.